Good morning, everybody. How's everyone going today? Guys, I have had a heap of people asking me recently if we've all been saying, you know, they've given themselves a little bit of a gift over Christmas. They've got a little bit of a tummy that they've built up with all the shit food and the drinking that everyone's done. You know, might have a little bit of a beer gut. And a heap of people have been asking me, you know, are sit-ups good to get rid of the tummy fat? Now, the answer to this is no. They're terrible. Sit-ups are terrible for getting rid of stomach fat. In fact, you can't spot target fat loss. So, if you have fat on your arms, doing arm work is not going to get rid of that fat. Genetically, you're just going to hold your fat wherever you hold it. So everyone's got a different body type. That's why when you look at people, everyone looks a little bit different. Some people a little bit wider through the hips, some people a bit wider through the shoulders. Everyone's got a bit of a different body type. A couple of guys jumping on. How's everyone this morning? Everyone's got a bit of a different body type and everyone holds their fat in a different place. I tend to hold my fat in my stomach, typical beer gut, under my chin. So you can usually see, if I've put on a couple of kilos, you can usually see it in my face pretty quickly. Guys, you can't spot target this. You're just going to hold your fat where you hold your fat. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get yourself a little bit bigger, you know, build your muscles a little bit, and it's going to hide that fat. So I have a fairly large upper body frame. I don't tend to look too big in my, when I do put on a bit of fat, I tend to hold it pretty well because I've got a pretty big frame. But yeah, guys, so the question is, will sit-ups get rid of the tummy fat? So, no, it won't, guys. You can't spot target it. And you have to understand that if you want to get rid of fat, it's all about creating a caloric deficit. So it's about eating less, having less energy going in than what you're burning. Now, let's assume that your diet is fixed. Your diet can't change. So you can certainly control your body fat just with your food. You can sit on the lounge and control how fat you are just by what's going into your body. But you're much better off exercising because then you're actually going to have muscle, then you're actually going to look good when you do lose the fat. So let's assume that your nutrition is pretty fixed. You can't really change that. So what exercises are going to be best for reducing that stomach fat? Now, sit-ups are going to target your core muscles. Sit-ups are pretty good. They're going to target a lot of those core muscles. A plank is probably one of the best exercises for hitting all of the, I think, 29 ab muscles that there are in there. But it's certainly not a very good way to burn calories. Generally, if you want to burn calories, you want to be using the biggest muscles that you have. You want to be fatiguing the biggest muscles. You want to make your body do the most work. Your abs. Morning, Chris. How you going? Your abs are a pretty small muscle group. So what you want to do, and I've written down a couple of numbers here, guys. You want to be burning as many calories as possible. So sit-ups, doing sit-ups for about an hour. Say if I were to do them, I'm about 210 pounds, about 85 kilos. Say I was going to do sit-ups for about an hour, I'm going to burn about 350 calories. That's if I just did sit-ups straight for an hour. Now, my abs might be a little bit sore, so I'm going to have a bit of an afterburn effect. Now, the afterburn effect is after you finish doing that exercise, you know, if you have a good weight session in the gym, you're going to be sore. You're going to be sore for a day or two. As you're sore, your body's rebuilding. Your muscles are building, and as that's happening, you're using energy. This is called the afterburn effect. This is why you want to be sore after the gym, because it means you're still burning fat. So after, say, an hour of sit-ups, guys, I'm going to burn about 350 calories. Another couple of guys jumping on. How's everyone? I'm going to burn about 350 calories. I might have a little bit of an afterburn effect, but the abdominals, they're a pretty small muscle group. It's not going to add up for a lot. Now, a heavy weight session for me, if I was in the gym for about an hour, I might burn 400 to 500 calories, say. You know, that's going to be less if you're a smaller person. The bigger you are, the more energy you're going to burn. So maybe 400 to 500 calories, but I'm going to get a big afterburn effect, guys. I'm going to be you know, I'm going to be sore for a couple of days as my muscles are rebuilding. I'm still using energy. It's pretty hard to calculate that afterburn effect. In general, a heavy weight session will overtake a cardio session for total calories burned. But let's say, for argument's sake, a heavy weight session for me, I'm probably going to burn about 500 calories. I'm probably going to pick up another couple of hundred calories with afterburn as well over the next few days. Also, guys, the more muscle that you have, the more energy your body uses just to keep itself alive. So a bodybuilder sitting on the lounge is going to burn more energy just sitting on the lounge watching Netflix all day than what a cheerleader will sitting on the lounge watching Netflix all day, because you've got more muscle mass. Your body needs more energy just to retain that muscle mass, just to keep itself there. So the more muscular you are, guys, the more energy you're going to burn just by sitting on the lounge, just by being alive, just by breathing, by regulating your body heat, by getting rid of waste. You're going to burn more energy. So say running for about an hour, guys, I'm going to be burning probably about 600 to 700 calories if I go for a run. So running is a really good way to burn energy. Problem with cardio, guys, if you're using cardio as a fat loss method, your body adapts really quickly to cardio. So if you go to the gym and you do an hour of running, you know, right at the start, that's going to be hard. Your body's going to struggle with that. It's going to be difficult. You might be sore for a day or two, but if you're running consistently all the time, you're not going to be sore anymore. You're not getting any more afterburn. Your body's adapted to that stimulus. The problem is you can only run so fast, right? So if you're going to the gym 3 times a week for an hour and you're running every time, there's eventually going to be a point where you're sort of going to cap out of how much energy you can burn in that time. But if you're on weights, say you're going for 3 hours a week, you can always just keep upping the amount of weights that you're moving. So you can keep upping the stimulus, you can keep upping the amount of calories you're burning. This is why weights are a much better option for burning calories in the gym. You're also getting the benefits of the muscle build, so you're going to look good when you lose the fat. You're also going to be burning a lot more fat just in general, because the more muscle you've got, the more fat you burn. So if you're going to take a pick about what you're going to do, try and do high intensity interval training, guys. Circuit training is probably the best bang for buck as far as fat loss goes in the gym. An hour of that for me would be about 800 calories burn. I'm going to get a pretty good after effects. So generally high intensity stuff, you're going to be hitting your whole body. You might have a little a circuit with some weights or something like that. You're generally going to be sore after. You're going to be pretty puffed out. It's going to smash you pretty hard. It's not super specific, so if you don't know what you're doing, guys, and you're doing HIIT 4 or 5 times a week, you're going to get pretty good results with that, but it's not going to hit you any specific goals. The best way to do that is to follow a specific program. But yeah, guys, that's probably the best way to lower your stomach fat. Don't do fucking sit-ups. The worst thing you can do. If you have to do something, if you don't know what you're doing and you want to pick anything, do squats. Squats are going to use all of your leg muscles. Your quads are the biggest muscle group in the body. The gluteus, your glute is your single largest muscle. So if you want to pick one exercise, guys, to do to lower that stomach fat, do squats. Yeah, don't do sit-ups for lowering your stomach fat. Do sit-ups if you have bad core. If you want to get your core better, if you want to improve your balance, do sit-ups. Don't do it to lose stomach fat. I've gone off on a tangent. My head's a little bit all over the place. Still on my first coffee this morning, guys. But yeah, hopefully that answers your questions. Any other questions, let me know. Bye.